Tito, how young are you?
63 going
63, going 18.
64 na ako mama.
Mamaya.
Next month.
Okay, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So we're gonna make you nice bike. Okay, so we're gonna set it up, okay? Today's episode is kind of interesting because we're gonna be talking to Attorney Raul Angeles. What's interesting is that he's been cycling for 21 years, and apparently with all those years, he's known the legends of Marlboro Tour. So I was one of those kids who grew up with our Marlboro Tour legends like Coach Jerry Amar, Placido Valdez, Bernard Luzon. We also had a chance to witness the rise of Victoria Spiritu. So Attorney Raul has a cycling group in Dagat-Dagatan. So the story is, apparently, Attorney Raul got in touch with us because he's been hearing a lot of noise about the CRZ Biomechanical Tuning Program. And even though a lot of people were mentioning that would be a bad idea, or since he's already been a cyclist, he should know better already. But like the usual attorney, and he stressed out that if this is really something fishy, he would immediately find out. So we're driving right now. We're gonna be meeting him in a few minutes, and then we've never met him. So let's find out. One of the challenges that's gonna happen today is we're gonna make him ride. Well, yeah, we're gonna make him ride without him telling us what's wrong with his riding. So if we are legit, we should be able to identify what's wrong with him immediately. So fingers crossed, hopefully everything's gonna be fine. See you. This is now the setup moment. First time to meet Attorney Raul, and first agenda, warm-up. Okay, so we have our very own 64-year-old. Ano pangalan, Tito? Okay, Raul. Okay, si Tito Raul is 64 years old. So what we're doing now, first phase is we just want to see how he rides, okay? You're not supposed to tell me anything. Okay, if this is legit, I should be able to immediately understand or determine what's wrong with you without you telling me, okay? So don't tell me anything. We're just gonna see how you ride, and then later I'm gonna tell you what's wrong, okay? You've got 5 minutes to go on the flats. Later we're gonna go to the climbs, okay? But just keep on going. Hold to the hoods. Hoods. So if you notice, Tito Raul, because of the long top tube of this bike plus the long stem, is now overextending the whole body. So what will result is that he's gonna have numb fingers over here. I'm not gonna tell him, okay? So he's not hearing this. He's gonna have numb fingers, heavy everything. Okay, Tito Raul now is on his 10th minute of warm-up. Okay, warm-up pa lang yan, ha? You're using the biggest ring, smallest cog, on the flats, okay? So that's the flats. Okay? Tito Raul, can you go a little bit faster? So that's the flats. Faster. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, recover. Okay, now what we're gonna be doing is 10 minutes. We're gonna start climbing lang, ha. Let's look at your body language, okay? So now, for climbing, just gonna adjust this. There. Okay? So climb lang 10 minutes. Let's just see how your body starts changing. 10 minutes lang, ha. So at the moment, this is how Tito Raul climbs. On the biggest ring, smallest cog, and that's the setting. This test is very crucial because here we can see Attorney Raul, how his body starts to react under pressure. You can see his shoulders cramping up. His hands are trying to grip the hoods very hard. And as a result, he tends to rock left, right to produce torque. This is an indication that his core is not working so well, and he solely, depend on his quads. Just by looking the way he rides, you can already determine the problems that may occur after a long ride. So even though he's not told us what's wrong with him, we're going to be able to predict what would be happening in the real world. And this is the reason why we stopped using some of our high-tech equipment like those 3D scanners. It's more difficult or time-consuming to calibrate when it's so easy to see if you have experience in cycling, experience in biking, and identify immediately what needs to be done. And this is the superiority of a custom fitting program. It's a little bit more holistic and takes into consideration what's happening. Now you can clearly see here he tends to hold on to the tops because he's very tired from a long climb. And if we rode together in Sierra Madre or Mount Samat, he would be rocking back and forth just to produce torque. There's this popular idea from most of our viewers or other bike fitters that we try to avoid high-tech computer gadgets, always being asked what protocols we use for bike fitting, then watching our short videos as using the most basic of tools, some funny gadgets just to highlight that bike fitting is very basic. The reason why we do that is we found out that our engineering skills and background from applied physics, engineering science, mathematics is far more superior than bike fitting protocols that were designed really more for business. So just applying our background in physics, biomechanics, sports science was more than enough to prove that some of the tools that we've been using are very redundant and sometimes showcases generic results that do not really address the number one issue of the customer, which is riding on real roads. We also started, just like everyone else, using all the high-tech gadgets, 3D scanners, and all the stuff that usually certification give. Okay, we want to introduce to you what we have. We have what we call the motion logic system. We have the standard bike fitting system. Everything that you have here is for your standard stock bike, if you already have a stock bike, or this is one of our state-of-the-art motion logic equipment, only available here in the Pasig studio. Now, how do you book? Just go to our Facebook page, CRUZ Multi-Sport. Just message us there that we can set you up for a bike fitting or a biomechanical tuning session. Part of the package is an actual ride in Clark. Okay, if you don't have time to go to Clark, we can have a test ride over here on some of our smart training equipment. That's an example of our smart trainer. It can measure power, cadence, and for most people who are very competitive or newbies, we have training camps going on every weekend in Clark where we can ride from 20, 40 to 90 kilometers based on what your goal is all about. After bike fitting, we confirm everything either at the high altitude training camp or at the Clark training camp. So, focus. Okay, so after doing some warm up on the flats, we're gonna start climbing now. Okay, but at the moment, this is how you ride on the flats.
My leg, on my foot, sorry, and did a few old school things which I kind of really liked. What's your reasoning behind not using, those big machines and big softwares, etc.?
Yeah, so look, the bike fitting industry has become very tech heavy, mostly so that it can be mass produced. So you need to now, in the business of bike fitting, you need to be able to run a course where you can teach average punters or guys with an interest in this how to run a software program to create a position and sell it for $300. So you need to be able to standardize it, and software is motion tracking software and that type of thing is an attempt by business people to standardize the industry, which is a great idea. It just doesn't work really well. No. I can see why they've done it, but it just doesn't work. Unfortunately, it's one of those industries where you need a person with a lot of experience and a really good eye. I used a little bit of motion tracking software many years ago, and all I did was found that it confirmed what my eyes were seeing, and as a secondary effect, it slowed me down. I would be constantly second guessing, looking back at the screen, looking at the person, looking at the screen. And I found myself just losing track of what I should be looking at, which is the rider. And really, there's nothing that motion tracking software can show you that your eyes can't see if you're looking close enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, I just found that it slowed me down. It didn't add anything to the experience. And so I got rid of it all in the end and just, I use my eyes, and and a lot of intuition and knowledge of things that I've seen before. And if you've got a good idea about human posture and function and that type of thing, you don't need any of that stuff. You just need a really good pair of eyes and a problem-solving mindset, which is really critical as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, ready? A little bit faster. 10, go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Done. Easy. Recover. We do this basic test because we understand the real world scenario whenever you go to the road. I mean, studio and measurements are good and fine theoretically, but what's most important is that can he climb, can he recover fast, can he sprint. These are things that computers can never measure, the emotional part and the mental part. Okay, ito yung findings natin. So without you telling me, first, sa long ride, nagdandang fingers ka.
Pag mga 20 kilometers, right lang.
Okay, 20 kilometers pa lang, sumasakit na yung right mo. Number 2, pag climbs, masakit sa likod yan. Okay?
Kasi itong pag 20 kilometers na, likod sumasakit na.
20 kilometers pa lang, sumasakit na yung likod. So,
kailangan stretch ko ng ganun.
okay. So, dun pa lang sa assessment natin, that didn't take 7 hours. We already determined that you have numb fingers, forearm stress, lower back pain, lalo na yung quads mo, naninigas, lalo na pag-climb. Based on the way we see how you're climbing, okay? So, ang nangyayari ngayon, napupuno ng lactic acid yung legs mo, ang tagal ng recovery. Okay, so our objective today, we're gonna do a bike fit, biomechanics, and then maybe we can make a super grandpa of Tito Raul. Okay, game.
Kasi ako kaya tumigil ako ng 2017. After 1 year nawala. After 2 years bumalik.
Because of the cancer. After ka ma-opera, dire-diretso na yung mga bike. We're gonna bike fit the bike now. Takes 10 minutes.
Hindi naman binagbawa. Sabi, sige lang.
Good. Okay, ito na yung gamot mo, ha? Okay, bike fit. The bike fit portion only takes a few minutes as long as you find out the root causes of the issues of a Tony roll, and this is where we come into the customized bike fitting solution. So I just had a short chat with Tito Raul. Apparently, after a long chat together, I just found out he's a lawyer. He's been biking for 21 years and he's been watching some of our videos and couldn't figure out how come newbies can climb. So instead of him accepting the idea that this is a scam, he said maybe he's gonna check it out and test it out for real. So we're done with the bike fit. We're now going to the biomechanics, but before we proceed, we're gonna show you the before and after. Okay, here we go. 21 years. Wow.
2,000 ako.
2,000. Okay, so let's see if it really works. Okay, and like what you said, since you're a lawyer, you're the ones who catch scammers. Okay, so we're gonna do the bike fit now and biomechanics, and it will show you the difference.
Tama ba ang positioning ng kids?
Tama. Okay. I'll give you the story of Attorney Raul. Yan. So, Tito Raul is better known as Attorney. 64 years old, turning 65 soon. 64. Okay. So, apparently, he's been watching some of our videos, got curious about it, and he's been doing some of the tips. So, based on his story, he thinks that it's working, and he finally decided to drop by and experience it for himself. So today, after the bike fit, we're gonna test now how he starts riding, okay? Okay, so we're done with Attorney Raul's bike fit and biomechanics. We're gonna witness now if his travel all the way down here was worth it. Remember, Tito Raul is turning 64 years old, and he's been riding for 21 years, so he couldn't fathom the idea that even though he's been riding for 21 years with the Marlboro Tour veterans, that there's still some areas for improvement. So let's witness how he rides, okay? Here we go. Okay, so here's the big reveal. This is a Kesport titanium after bike fitting. This is how Tito Raul climbs now. Okay, just keep that steady, okay? Very nice. Very nice. It's like you're trying to it's like you're trying to do this. Tsaka ito. So Tito Raul is still doing the biggest ring, smallest cog, at the hardest setting, okay? So this is his posture now. And we want to compare his posture before the intervention. This is how he looks like. So this is how he looked like a while ago. Now, we're gonna start asking him to go a little bit faster so that you can make a comparison how he looks like under stress. Oh, yan, Tito Rola, remember, yan. Okay, now we're gonna go just a little bit faster, okay? So. Now, part of this holistic solution is teaching Attorney Raul how to start taking advantage of his new bike fit. And this is where you start teaching them the art of cycling. Small details that make a difference. Oh, good. Okay, now he's putting a little bit more power, a little bit faster than that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, very nice. Just keep that steady, okay? Don't move. Now, we want to compare how he looks like a while ago while he was sprinting on the other side. This is how he was a while ago. Very nice. Keep it steady. Keep it steady. Keep it steady. Very nice. That's it. You have to make sure that you're feeling your core, okay? And pull the handlebars towards you. Beautiful. Your shoulders again. Drop your shoulders. That's it. Just keep that steady, okay? Okay, now we're gonna showcase to you once you start encountering those 12%, 15% gradient. Okay, now this is the form of Tito Raul now when he encounters those 10 to 15% grade climbs and is now sprinting. If you want to compare again, his before and after, this is now and this is after. Tito Raul, I almost forgot, 63 or 64? Turning 64 years old, and if you look at him from far away, he looks legit. And while we were chatting a while ago, Tito Raul was saying, I can't be scammed because he's the one who catches scammer as an attorney. Now, attorney, now that you're climbing, right? Now that you're climbing, in the real world, after the climb, you reach the summit. When we reach the summit, we're gonna start sprinting. That's why I'm gonna start changing the tension to the flats, okay? Keep that steady, okay? Here we go. Ready, set, go. Set, go, 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 go. Faster, don't move. Come on, steady. Steady, on my cue. Ready, set, go, go, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Recover. How do you recover? Slide back on the saddle. Slide your hands backward. Very nice. That's it. Look at this, I'm gonna shift the gears, ha? Keep on going. Lifting up lang yan, ha? Right? Lifting up. Lifting up. Lifting up lang, ha? Hindi ka pa nagpo-push down, ha? Lifting up. Last gear, this is it. Okay, magsisprint tayo. Hawak ka dito. Push down din tayo. Sprint, ha? Easy, ha? Here we go. Okay, it's gonna sprint on the drops. Ready? Set. Go. Push down din tayo. 10, 9, 8, 7, set. Go, 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 go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. 64-year-old. I want to be like him when I grow up. Okay, Tito Raul, I'm not gonna give you the opportunity to take a rest. You've been climbing, ha? In total, you've been climbing for 40 minutes, including the warm-up kanina. Supposedly, sabi mo kanina, hirap na hirap ka. Get off the bike now. Now. I'm not gonna give you a chance to take a rest. Get off the bike. Try to feel your legs. Kasi ikaw nagsabi kung scam ba siya o hindi eh. Get off the bike. Try to feel your legs. Compare them a while ago, okay?
Okay lang.
Okay lang. It's like you're just walking on the park. Ha?
Kanina nahihilo ako.
Kanina nahihilo ka. Ngayon, hindi na. Okay, absuelto? Absuelto. So not a scam. That's Attorney Raul for you. He said that he's been riding in Dagat-Dagatan. So shout out for our Dagat-Dagatan friends.
Dagat-Dagatan sa C3.
Sa C3, ha? Dagat-Dagatan
Sa Arden,
boys.
sila Jerry, sila Tasio.
Jerry and Tasho, okay? So that's Tito Raul. Hopefully he gets to ride and guide him. That's his new bike. And so folks, that's the episode for the day. If you want to drop by,
Ricky sila.
Tito Ricky, okay? Drop by if you want to
Bukas,
experience it.
bukas.
Tomorrow, okay? Okay, signing off. Thank you very much, Tito.
To know what it is. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church.